Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about how classic printing started and a little bit about what you guys do here.
Okay, Classics Printing has been around for 50 years. Actually, the company I'm with now, we've only owned it for the past 2 years.
Oh, really?
They have grown from this spot and rebuilt this building 3 times, and we're on the final stage of this building.
Okay.
But I work for DPM Group, which owns Classic Printing. They bought Mercury Press where I worked, and then I came here 2 years ago as general manager. So I've only been here 2 years at this shop. But I've been in the industry for 40 years now.
For 40 years now.
Yeah, I started off when I was 22 years old.
Wow, and you've been in the industry for a very long time too.
50 years.
50 years, yeah. Wow. And
I
so
started real young.
you did. I know. I remember
Yeah.
always because when I'm walking in here, it has that classic smell that I love, the printing smell. But what makes you guys stand out in Oklahoma City compared to other businesses here?
Well, what makes us different, I believe, we don't really thrive on being the fastest or trying to do the most work. What we do is we thrive on being the highest quality in the area. And marketing people enjoy that because that is their life. What they give us to print and take care for them and to bring to life is their ideals and visions. And so we like to bring those to the highest quality we can. So we don't operate on just massive jobs and volume. We operate on quality, which in turn gives us usually a higher price. But that's what we're known for. And Classic Printing has been known for that for many years. Even before we bought this company, it was known for that. And so we continue that history with them. And that is our goal. And like I said, with marketing, marketing is who feeds us all the work that we have. Is, you have your different banks and you have your different credit unions and universities. Yeah. And each university, each bank has a brand and an ideal that they want to present to the public to bring in their business for them. And the marketing department has a brand and ideals, and we have really tuned in to knowing what we need to do to help them to achieve the quality that they have. And that's where we're at. So when a customer comes, we just don't print a piece, we actually partnership with them. And so every university, every bank, every credit union, we're a partner with them. We provide the product, so when they see their visions, they come to life. We bring that to life on paper, and it's into a wide format and posters and stand up, and so we're pretty excited because it's different than just saying like let's say for instance, if you're a Walmart and you're just producing millions of pieces and in bulk, we're producing visions.
Yeah, and you're taking the time to actually execute exactly what the client asked for. So do they get to approve it before?
They approve it. We start off, majority of the time you start off and they ask for a quote, and we'll quote the product and tell them what it costs. And then we'll send them proofs. We do three different proofs. We do a PDF proof, it's just a digital proof back on their computer. And then we'll do a high-res proof and a low-res proof. High-res, it shows exactly what color will look like when it's printed. A low-res proof shows it's trimmed and folded and how we would finish it. And so we give them those proofs, and they okay them. And some of our customers, we've had one of the professional teams that's here in the state came in, and they did actually what we call a press check, that when they see the product actually being printed, and they okay that sheet versus the high-res and the low-res.
Okay, that's honestly makes such a difference probably though to clients that you guys actually take the time to make it exactly right, because I know it's a lot of hours that it takes to like.
Well, and they were smart enough to invest in the equipment to do that with too.
Right.
The Howlett Speedmaster is just.
Wait, so that's what I was going to ask you that after this is so that press that's going to be in this video. Tell us about what does that do? How do you run that thing? Like, and it's because it looks like super expensive and like high quality. So
well, it's all. I mean, it's actually linked to the pre-press area to where they output the plates, and they actually send it by a link on a computer. They send it to the press, and you load that into your press, and it gives you the parameters of what the press, like the sizes and the color, and it gives you a density of your ink to where you can actually start close to what the job's supposed to look like.
Wow.
And then you adjust from there, but you can do all those adjustments from the main console. And
how often do you guys have, like in the industry, do they have to stay updated with the presses, with the different pressers? There just does one newer model last for many years, or how does that work?
That's a good question. A lot of companies, when they invest, the pressers are very expensive, and we're talking brand new. They're millions or multi-millions of dollars. Yeah. And so a lot of presses here locally in Oklahoma City, and I'm glad you asked this one. We actually have one of the newest presses in town.
Wow, that's cool.
Now, listen, it's 13 years old, and it's one of the newest presses in town.
Wow, see, I didn't
We
know
bought
that.
it brand new, and our competitors all have nice equipment and good equipment, do a good job, but they're aging out. So eventually they'll probably buy and come ahead of us. But us having one of the newest equipments gives us the better product. And like David said, that with the newer equipment, you have the ability to bring in from the digital point and bring all that information and actually loads it into the press. And so when he starts it up, it doesn't take away from his job being a pressman, because he has to be a press. I tell them over and over, I need you to be an operator, but I need you to be a pressman. And I mean by pressman, they know color, they know registration, they know how it's going to back and the issues that we could have. And so, but the press does eliminate a lot of pre-work for him, but it doesn't take away from his skills of being a journeyman pressman.
Yeah, because you still have to fine tune it. Even though the computer will get it decently close, you still have to fine tune everything.
When you say fine tune, like what?
Well, like the colors, say your blues, your reds aren't quite right. You have a console where you can adjust all your ink keys on your phone.
Oh, okay.
And
did you learn that over the years from just being an expert at doing it, or did you?
This is the first press I've run that actually is all computer. I'm used to turning keys on the fountains and stuff. Had little keys. Well, these are all little motors, and you just press these keys to make them move. And
that's cool. Well, how does that differ from your very first press that you ever operated?
Oh, it's 5,000 times better.
Like like the manual labor is way.
Oh
different.
Yeah, and here too they have a turner which you take a whole skid of paper, put in, and flip it over, and you air it all by the machine. You don't have to be hand loading it.
Yeah.
And you just push it right into the press and start it from there, and that's what I was telling. I've told my wife that many times. I said, I finally got a hold of a machine that'll do what I want it to do.
He was so excited about the press.
Yeah, because I've never had a machine that'll do what I want it to do, really. Because either the cylinders were worn or... Because most presses will last 30 years if you take care of them. And there's a lot of presses around town that are probably 30 years old.
There's quite a few.
But they're built so well, so heavy, that if you take care of them, they'll last a long time.
Yeah.
What I'd like to talk about, too, is the wide format. That's kind of a new to industry to us. And printers in the past always just stuck with printing. But because it's been so competitive that we've ventured out into different products. And the wide format is your signage, doing wide banners, doing signage. We can do boxes. We can do all kinds of different items to help with marketing equipment.
And like billboards too, or just
we're not really doing billboards. We're not equipped for that size.
What's the maximum size we can do?
We can do 8 foot by endless.
Okay.
They have rows of however long a roll is, and sometimes there's 50 feet. We could do one, but we never have. But we can do 8 by 50 on our rolls, and then on our flat sheet boards, they're 4 by 8. But cutouts as in easels back. Stand-ups for doctor's offices, and signs that go on windows that you can take and remove. Pretty much anything you do with wide format, we can handle here. Offset printing is usually on presses like ours, Heidelbergs that we have. And then you have digital pressing, and it's done on digital presses, which they started off as just copiers, but they have really revolutionized the machines, and there are actually digital printers now that can do folding and printing and collating inside the printer, and the quality is amazing. It's just that the difference in digital is it's based on per piece. Where printing, we're based on large quantity involvements. We have a setup cost to get to the press, and then it's so much afterwards. Where digital has one cost for one piece, and then it's usually just piece by piece by piece is a charge.
Yeah, so it's more economically feasible to go with printing because you got to have a lot of copies. Because if you got 1,000 copies of a wide format, that costs you a fortune.
And then, so compared to other businesses in Oklahoma City, do they do the white format also, or do you guys is that more competitive since it's newer, or do you guys how does that work?
There right now in the business we have, there is. I believe there are 2 other press shops that have wide format capabilities.
Okay.
And we are one, and there's others. A lot of people actually just go in wide format, and that is their business. Like I said, we included that in ours. A lot of different people have included mail. We actually do mail as well.
Oh, wow. So you guys have a lot of stuff.
Yes,
that you
we'll do print
and
and mail. And so a customer can come to us for one stop if they're having a large event and they have to send out a notice for the event. we could print the notice, mail it, and do the postage and send it off to the post office.
Oh, cool.
And then we could do their signage for this event, and then also present their program for the event at the time of this event. So it's a one-stop shop, and it really makes for
We
your
have a full
marketing
binder
departments.
too.
Yeah.
Wow.
That does all the folding, cutting, you know.
And it, honestly, no matter how digital age we get, I feel like it's there's nothing beats like the intricate detail of advertising in that way. I feel like because it's like people are always going to be in person no matter how much online stuff there is. We're always going to be driving around or need something that you guys provide,
Well, and the thing about it is, if we can't do it, we can probably put you in the right direction or get it done for you.
Yeah.
Too. I mean, but that's one of the things about here is for a Pressman, I love the variety that we do. I mean, that's so interesting to me to do that. I mean, just every day is a different job, and you work at places where you do the same thing all the time. It gets so boring, But the diversity here of printing is just crazy. I mean, it goes all over the place, which I love that.
We have probably 500 customers, but not 500 are our top 10 or 20 or 30. But we do have about 500 that throughout the year we print for.
Wow, that's
and then
a lot.
we have a few that we print a lot for every month, every week, and so it kind of varies like that. Printing is a lot of people say it was a dying industry, but it's not. It's just slowed down.
Yeah, I agree. It's not a dying industry
shrunk.
because people, are always going to need advertising.
Yeah, and that's why it goes back to as printers, we grab different items to help us through these tough times since it's slowed down. In Oklahoma City at one time there was, I believe, 10 print shops,
Wow.
large print shops, and we're down to 5. So it's shrinking.
Yeah, no, but it seems like that people have their set. So at least you guys have loyal customers, and I feel like they spread the word about it since you guys do such a good job.
Well, it's harder to get paper now too because they're not producing it like they used to, and so it takes a while to get paper sometimes. But
Well, thank you guys for talking to
Sure,
me today
yeah.
and sharing a little bit about the industry. And we're also going to go and take a tour of the rest of the place at Classic Printing. So look up Classic Printing in Oklahoma City if you want advertising, if you are looking to advertise your business or do anything, that you need printing or signage or marketing done in that way. Please look up Classic Printing, Oklahoma City. So thank you guys for talking to me.
Thank you for coming.